Hello, my friend. It's the Crypto Lunatic, live from the Lunar Café, bringing you hidden gems before they pop and simplifying the language of crypto for newcomers. And today I'm going to take you on an AI journey and I'm going to throw you, or even show you three gems that Grok recommends. Now, I've been playing with AI prompts quite a lot, and AI will churn up all sorts of nonsense for you. Now, prompt writing is one of the most important things in crypto and being very, very specific, but also being able to double check the data that's coming out because AI will churn out a lot of rubbish for you. And today I'm going to take you in a back journey into my account, my Grok account, and show you how Grok's given me a load of nonsense and then how I've channeled Grok to give me something, to challenge it, to give me something more substantial. And I'm going to bring you three recommendations by Grok today. So, with that in mind, and this definitely isn't investment advice, this is just a little journey. And also note that none of the cryptos that I'm going to talk about today I'm invested in. So it's an entirely neutral video that you're going to get. With that in mind, my friends, join me on this little journey. So this is a thread that's I needed to dust it off. And this is a hidden gem thread that I've got on my Grok account. And I've put what recent projects hit the theme of this thread. And here it started throwing up these little gem projects. Look, Reploy AI agents. I saw AI agents. I thought this must be great. Fluence, decentralized computer, reverse, perception network, AI data, deep in. It started giving me this deep snitch. Now let me go back. I started with this Reploy AI agents, and it didn't take me long to realize that this project is almost definitely a scam. So Grok here with cutting edge information is churning up scam projects. And just to bring that to life, I put, look, please look into Reploy. Who are the team behind this? And did they pump and dump this token in January? It's looked like a scam. Is there any meaningful information to prove otherwise? Important, folks. And so here we go. Short answer up front. Crypto lunatic style. Your gut is screaming scam for good reason. The team is 100% anonymous. Now, 100% anonymous teams are risky, my friends. Let's just start with that. If a team member is not prepared to put their head above the parapet, that is usually a warning sign. Now, there can be reasons, legitimate reasons for not doing that. For innovative projects, you might not want to be seen. You might feel that you're at risk. But the point being, I did a little bit of research into this and it screams scam. And look, now suddenly I've pushed back with Grok and it's saying, yes, look, this is probably a dodgy thing. So any meaningful info to prove it's not a scam, and this is the best case, straight from the site and listings. So this has come from them. Now, I have to also point out that lots of major influencers with huge followings promoted this coin. And this is the problem, like serious channels, people with influence, people that are earning a lot of money to report on crypto. They've got behind this coin. They pumped and dumped it. They shilled it to their community and they watched them rug pull. And this is the problem with a lot of advice, a lot of commentary in the crypto space. This was a pump and dump and it went up and it crashed back down. People lost a lot of money in that. So I decided it's time for a new prompt. I put Grok. You are a serious crypto investor. Your reputation is everything. You refuse to shill any projects that do not hit your investment criteria. What would have to be in place for you to take a project seriously, especially in evaluating early stage projects? Now, I've got my own criteria. The team's really important. Tokenomics are really important. The industry, the niche is super important. The community following is usually important. Are they generating revenue? That can be important, but that's not a deal breaker if you've got a real good early stage project that's building. Sometimes you have to build infrastructure in crypto before it gets good. So I said this. So serious investor criteria, my non-negotiable checklist. So here you go. So only allocate capital when when project meets every single one of the following thresholds. If even one is missing, I pass. No exceptions, no maybe later, no hopium. It's important, folks. This is important to get guardrails like this when you start assessing crypto. So verifiable team and skin in the game. Now you can slow down and read all of that if you want. I'm just going to give you the titles. Audited, transparent, and non-ruggable smart contracts. Live product with real traction and revenue, not just a white paper. Okay. Defensible moat and sustainable token economics. Reputable backers and partnerships with skin in the game. These are all important factors to look for. Organic community and transparent communication. Reasonable valuation and clear path to liquidity. My personal risk rules. These are non-negotiable. Position size, never more than 2 to 3% of my portfolio in any single early stage name. I only enter after I have personally done the on-chain forensics and spoken to the team. If they refuse a call, instant pass. Now, the odds are that might not be practical for you, but if you were a serious crypto investor, you'd want to know the team behind it. At the very least, you'd want to find them on YouTube or LinkedIn and just check that they are who they are. I maintain a public watch list only stance until all boxes are checked. I do not tease or hint. If a project hits 100% of the above, I quietly accumulate and only mention it privately to people whose capital I manage. If it misses even one, I move on, no matter how exciting the narrative is. That's it. Reputation first, return second, everything else is noise. So there you go, folks. Now, again, the stuff that Grok's going to get, we still need to double check. I would still need to deeper dive into these, but on this thread, it's given me all sorts of stuff. And now it's going to say, well, actually, some of the stuff I give you is not, it doesn't hit these criteria, but 3 projects do. So the first one here, OG Labs. So this passes the filter, the strongest in the AI infra cohort. OG Labs, folks. I couldn't even find it. So luckily, I have. But let's look through it. So they're all named, verifiable. The public CEO interviews, academic ties, ask me anything responses, top tier backers with real commitments. You can read through this, folks, but it's just saying it ticks all of the criteria. So this is the closest to institutional grade early stage that I've ever seen with the AI narrative. I'm actively watching and would move to position after committing the full audit details and look schedules. Now, I might go and do a proper review on any of these projects later, but let's just have a quick look. So OG Labs here. Let's look market cap 100 million. So it's not quite degen, but it's a serious project. So circulating supply versus total supply. So that's not great tokenomics, but judging by the price, that's not going to be a major factor. So this thing was launched at $3. It's now down to 47 cents, which look, this thing is low. It's low. And as we go down, we see it's on Binance. That's a big thing. And it's on fairly top tier exchanges. We go down and we see this not so good, the token unlocked schedule. I'd want to know what price, if I was researching this, I'd want to know what price early stage investors have got in at. And that's a brutal unlock schedule. So let's just be clear about that. But when we look at it, we look at their social media, we see 95,000 followers. That's none too shabby. And what they're saying, this is advancing AI as a public good and supporting OG Labs. So this looks interesting. Good engagement on social media. And let's look at their website. So it's the largest AI L1. Now, for those of you new to crypto, L1 is a layer 1 blockchain. It means it's its own blockchain and it focuses on AI. So this appears to hit the sweet spot for my channel because I believe crypto and AI, the convergence there is where it's going to be. So potentially this looks like a really interesting project. Now look at these. So this is a traction. It's got 650 million transactions on testnet. It's got 22 million plus active accounts. Now, for an early stage project, this is pretty damn good. If this is anywhere close to true, that is fairly impressive for a 100 million market cap project in the AI and crypto space. This could be interesting, my friends. And it's modular. A modular L1, just think IKEA. It comes in bits and you can plug it in. You can plug it in a bit like a circuit board. You can plug in bits. That's what modular means. So this looks like a genuinely interesting project, my friends. I haven't reviewed it, but again, I may go back. I may circle back and review this later. It looks interesting. The purpose of this particular video is just to show you what is capable when we look into projects like this. So we go back. Let's go to the next one, Clearpool. This passes the filter. So you can, again, read through that should you wish to. We'll go to Clearpool, which is here. We see this is another project that started life, price 0. This has been up to $1.87, and now it's down to 2 cents, my friends. So it's been brutalized. Look at the market cap, but here's where this is interesting for an early stage project. It's 22 million market cap, but this is where I bring your attention to. Look, almost all of the total supply is in circulation. This is a massive thing for an early stage project. Massive. You very rarely see tokenomics this good. Very, very rarely. It's on Binance, which is great. It's on other top tier exchanges. We go down and here it is, the unlocked progress. Now, why it's saying only 52% is unlocked with these stats here, I'd need to do some digging. I would need to do some digging with that because this doesn't seem, oh, hang on, look. Yes, it's all unlocked. All of this is unlocked. That's October 2023. So this project, it's had all the dumpage. It's gone through the brutal stage of releasing everything. So we go down, we see that there's 23,000 holders. We go to here and we see it's a decentralized capital markets ecosystem where institutional borrowers can access unsecured loans directly from the DeFi ecosystem. So there you go, folks. And here is the website, which looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. The tokenization engine for the on-chain economy. It's dealing with financial markets. And look here, 937 million worth of loans already originated, 55 million of value locked, 10 million in yields distributed, and 10% API. So this is a clear financial product in the world of crypto. It's done all of its releasing. It looks solid, my friends. It really does. Again, this isn't a deep dive. This is just looking at surface level stuff. Oh, and of course, finally, we see here 83,000 followers. So here we go. Oh, look, Larry Fink. Yeah, well, we can definitely trust anything that Larry Fink says. Usually, whatever he says, do the opposite, folks. He's not here to help anybody except himself. He's the head of BlackRock, of course. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to anything that he says. But nonetheless, look, we see engagement on their social media channel. And finally, the third project is Realio Network. Now, I did do a review on this. It's about 6 months ago at a considerably higher price than it's at. But this is the third one that actually tests it. And you can freeze this and read through it should you wish. But all of these others, it suddenly reviewed its stance on other stuff that I've looked into. But this is the point. So when we go to Realio Network, and again, I have done a review on this, which is available on this channel. So I'm not going to focus too much on this. I'm just going to say, look, this is their website. It's a Web3 ecosystem for digital and real world assets. You can see stats here, and you can see on X, they've got 97,000 followers, which is pretty impressive. So it's eliminating barriers. But again, I've got a review on that. So there you go, my friends. There's 3 projects. What do you think? What untapped hidden gems do you think are out there? And how do you rate these three projects? If you want to see more, leave comments. If you want me to go do deeper reviews, I will do so, should you wish to see them. But the point being, and we've got one that I did at a much higher price for Realio Network. The other two I haven't reviewed yet, but this is just an example. When you're doing searches, when you're using AI tools to really look beyond what the initial answers that they're giving you, because sometimes they're just going to churn up rubbish. Even Grok giving me scam projects there. So you can't just blindly use AI. You have to be able to think. You have to be able to double check the information that you're getting, because this is really, really important, my friends. And this is really just a resource to help you to be able to do your own research, to be able to separate the wheat from the chaff. And especially on that initial scam project, so many big influencers shilled that, so many. And I personally, in my early days, lost so much money to listening to influencers doing these pump and dump things. There's a lot of unethical practice. As soon as regulation gets into YouTube, there's a few people that will probably get arrested for some of the stuff that they've been shilling on here, my friends. But I'm trying to keep it level-headed. I'm trying to keep, in a way that you can make your own decisions. I want you to be able to think for yourself and double check the information that you're getting. And there you have it, my friend. And if you've enjoyed this content and you've liked it and you're still watching now and you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please do a little channel a favor and subscribe. And if you want more of my videos, you'll find them just there. But either way, stay lunatic, have fun, and make money with crypto.